The employment standard is part of the Integrated Accessibility Standards Regulation of the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act 2005. This standard helps employers make their employment practices and workplaces more accessible to potential and existing employees with disabilities. This video deals with one of the requirements of the employment standard. In this exciting episode, Harold Jeepers in keeping accessibility needs and plans in mind when redeploying persons with disabilities. This is Harold. He was just hired as a manager at Jiffy Brothers Industries. Jiffy Brothers is about to close one of its locations, and Harold has been asked to come up with redeployment suggestions. This is SONJA. She is Jiffy Brothers' go-to HR person and a certified human resources professional. Harold has the seniority list of employees from the closing location. He proudly shows SONJA his preliminary suggestions for redeploying the top 10. SONJA looks over Harold's chart and asks him if he's met any of the employees. Harold says he's scheduled a visit for the next day, but he wanted to get a head start on redeployment ideas. SONJA says she has to step out for a meeting, but she'll come back after that. Harold is startled awake. Several of the redeployment candidates appear in the office. He waves sheepishly, "Hi." They wave back. SONJA appears in the doorway and asks what his suggestions were for each employee. Harold points to the big guy, Kirk, and says that he has recommended that he install and maintain the air conditioning units at Jiffy Brothers locations. Bill will be doing sales. Betty will be driving forklift in the warehouse. Laura will be at the front desk. And Gordon will be IT. SONJA asks Harold whether he considered the accessibility needs of the employees in preparing his redeployment list. "I thought so," says Harold. SONJA goes on to explain that Kirk has a back problem and his dream job is to work the front desk. He's quite good at it. Kirk will also be supervising 2 people. Bill is a great forklift driver, and the company has already agreed to upgrade a forklift to meet his needs. Betty has just completed training in air conditioning systems. Laura is one of our best salespeople. And Gordon, yes, loves IT. But then SONJA adds that Gordon also has an accommodation plan. SONJA goes on to explain that Gordon has vision loss and Jiffy Brothers will make certain his accommodation plan for a computer screen reader program is followed in the new location. In fact, SONJA tells Harold nearly everyone here needs some kind of accommodations, but by doing just a little, we get a lot out of our best people. You have been watching Keeping Accessibility Needs and Plans in Mind when Redeploying Persons with Disabilities. The story you have just seen is real, but the names have been changed because it's the kind of thing you do in TV shows.